That for us, baby. We gonna wait.
I was
We just gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? You put that investment, see what happens later. You feel me?
brilliant,
All right.
brilliant, brilliant.
You know, shout out to our beautiful queens. But we got Big Mike here today. Big Mike, not little Mike, Big Mike. He came here to drop gems on Gem Drop. His first time on Gem Drop. So, Big Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I didn't realize I woke up this morning and this is the energy that I needed. So it's great to be on here. I love it. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I didn't want to join in on your thing, but yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody. So yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy to be here. Happy to drop some knowledge on landing pages and just a couple other things too, and things that I can share. And looking forward to it.
All right, let's go. The floor is yours, I believe. Yep. You can
Awesome.
share if you sharing.
Yep, I'm going to drop a link to a doc that I made in chat so everybody can kind of check that out.
Can you just tell them where you're from, what company you represent?
Yeah, sure. So I'm with BoldTrail Inside Real Estate. I'm located in Pennsylvania. I just recently joined Inside Real Estate about a month ago, but I've been in the real estate industry following other coaches for about 14 years. So I do have some experience in the industry, lead gen, marketing, supporting agents. So anything I can do for you guys, that's what we're here for.
Boom. So today we are going to learn how to generate more business. Correct?
Yes. Correct. More
All
business.
right, let's get it.
Specifically using landing pages inside of BoldTrail. There's obviously dozens of other ways that you can generate business, but this is just one way that you can do it. So I'm going to share my screen and bear with me. I'm using Google Meet for the last couple of months, so I got to get re-familiar with Zoom. I think we're good.
Yep.
Awesome. So I have opened just something. Let me move this Zoom bar out of the way. So I opened up some of those links just so you can kind of check them out. Well, first I want to show just some of these examples, and then I'm going to show you how to build them, and then different ways you could market them, other options inside of BoldTrail, just to like show you other ways you could generate leads, and then we'll open it up, I guess, for some Q&A if there is any. So it's honestly limitless on the pages that you can create. You can create a landing page pretty much for anything. If you're working with downsizers or investors, homeowners, there's actually just a pre-made page on BoldTrail for you. New construction homes, single family, single story, price reduced, community specific, deals of the week. So like there's really no limit. As you can see, these are just some of the pages that I had created in the past. So a free guide, free buyer guide offering, enter email and phone number optional. We usually find on landing pages that the less you ask for, the better off. And then after this, if you send them to like a longer form survey, you tend to get more conversion on that versus asking a lot more up front. New construction townhomes is another option. You can do one with a video. So you can embed a video, have a video play. And this one's a little different. So this one, when you click see the list, it actually takes them to a squeeze page. It might take a second for it to load. But it takes them to like a squeeze page, not a landing page, where they can view a couple of properties, but then it forces them to opt in. So another way you can kind of tweak this. So real estate deals, this asks for a little bit more information, but phone number is optional in this case. So they don't have to put it in. This one's a default seller page. When you go to the sell tab on your BoldTrail, this page will automatically pop up. And I just learned they're actually redesigning this to help get better opt-in rate. So hopefully that gets released sometime soon, because this page can work really well. So then a price report. And then this is a different spin on it, not generating real estate leads, but trying to bring people into your brokerage, right? So this is a recruiting page that I actually built for somebody, I think last week. So it's a landing page. This goes to a Calendly where they can schedule a call. Just has some information about what BoldTrail has to offer, some info about the brokerage, and just a couple of call to actions in there. You can see where they can click to, schedule a time for more information.
What is the conversion rate
on this one? I don't know. I literally just made it for them, so I don't know.
Really, I'm really talking about on the buyers and seller. What's the conversion rate?
Yeah, let me pull up. Actually, I have a screenshot here.
Yeah, what's the conversion rate? And then if you could start from the beginning on like how to even build, is it simple to do a landing page?
Yep, that's next part I'm going to get into is how to make one. I know I
Okay.
had over here. We'll close some of these out so it's a little quicker to load.
There's a lot of EXP on your screen. You had a thumbprint meeting. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They were just links that I could grab quick. So this was one that I created. It's not using BoldTrail landing pages, but a similar system.
Yep.
They're pretty much the same layout, but you can see here his click-through rate on Google is 13%. So
Is that a good percentage?
yeah, anything usually over like 10% is considered great. So he's getting
Oh,
13% click through. So, um, and I will say from my experience, landing page ads on Facebook don't tend to work as well as they do on Google. Facebook is a big stickler for keeping people on Facebook.
yeah.
So like they
Yep.
prefer the Facebook lead ads. Like this way, nobody can leave and go off of Facebook. Google, on the other hand, they really don't care. They like these types of ads. So a landing page ad, I would definitely run on Google versus Facebook, but they still do work on Facebook. You'll just have a lower click through rate and opt in rate. To dive in how to build them, there's actually two ways. I'll shortly show the first one because it's outdated, but if you see it in there, I just want you to be aware of it. So inside of BoldTrail, if you go to lead engine and then landing pages, this is our old landing page builder. We had done away with it because it's rather clunky. Once you make a page, you can't go back and edit. And like, for example, if you click on something, it'll erase it and you can't get it back. So if you see this in here, I wouldn't suggest using it. So just know it's there. But what I would use is the web and IDX. And then if you go to pages, we have some pre-built for you. So it's really just a matter of swapping out what you want on the page and then saving it. So I like this one, but they do have some that have videos that you can use. And all you have to do is just click on it. It'll load the page. You can click your options. So let's do, we'll just do new construction.
Hmm.
And then we'll leave it under the category lead and capture. And then we'll save it. And then here you can replace your logo if you want one. If you don't want one, you can just delete it. You just type in the area you're in. Change the title here. And really, it's all customizable. Like these are all here, but what I've actually been using is ChatGPT or Gemini to like write some verbiage for these. It's usually pretty good and pretty accurate, and you can just drop that in. You can change the background image so to make something more relatable to your area. If you do that under settings, and then right down here it has background image. If you click change image, you can upload your own, or you can search for free. We have some stock photos. Some of them are watermarked, so it's best to use your own. And then in this case, it's doing the see the list now, but what we want is a form. So we want to delete this and we'll go to content, and right down here it has form, and you can just drag it over and drop it. And then we'll click select form. And now it gives us this option to put in here. And you'll see the URL after login. The one thing you want to do and make note of is what are you creating here? So what kind of list are you creating? Because you want to make that list first. I mean, you can come in here and we'll save it. But we're going to go to marketing.
We have a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Thanks for monitoring that for me. Yeah.
Nathan?
Morning, Mike. Thanks, Alex. You mentioned Gemini for use of populating the landing page. What sort of input would you put into Gemini? Is it as simple as, "Hey, Gemini, I'm creating a landing page. What sort of text can I put on it?" Like, I guess I'm looking for specifics in that area.
Yeah, great question. Great question. So I actually have a prompt in that doc. So create 4 bullets for a landing page offering real estate deals in include reduced properties, fixer uppers, and distressed properties. And let's see what it comes back with. So unlock hidden potentials, discover deeply reduced properties in York, PA, offering incredible investment opportunities. So comes back with some pretty good bullets for the landing page. And you can adjust this. So like if you're doing new construction, you can include like maybe the community that the new constructions are in, if you're doing a specific community, or if it's single family and or townhomes, maybe some like amenities that they have versus other builders. So you can just type that in, but the create 4 bullets for landing page offering, and then whatever you're looking for, this part's the great part to use. And personally, I prefer Gemini over ChatGPT. It seems to be giving a lot better responses back than what I found ChatGPT to give.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Great question. So what we'll do is we want to create that page that they're going to get after they opt in, because you want to make sure you deliver on what you promised, right? You're asking for a list. They want that list. So you got to make sure you give it to them. So we're going to go to lead engine. And in this case, it's going to be IDX squeeze. And we're going to start building. And then you're just going to enter your location. Now, unfortunately, the MLS isn't connected to my website for my area. So I have to do where the office is located, which is in California. And then in this case, listing type, like I know in my area, they're single family and townhomes for new construction. So those are the options that I would use. And then the options is newly built is what we use for new construction. And then in this case, it says properties allowed before registration. We want to change this to never, because they're already giving us their information. We don't want to have them opt in again. That's just going to make people mad. Like, why am I giving you my information again when I already gave it to you? So once you have that set, you can do source. So you can do like new construction landing page. So you know that people came from that. And then we're going to generate the link. And it's going to give you this long link here. We're going to copy that. Now we can go back to Web and IDX. Pages. And then if you go under the landing and lead gen, and it's this one right here, we're going to click edit. And then select form. And it's a buyer in this case. The URL after is the one we just created. So we'll drop that in there. And then hashtag, we'll do York Newcon just for new construction. Add lead form. And there's the form. So, but let's say you don't want to ask for first, last name. You only want email and cell phone. You can come down here and just delete. Oops, and delete. And then it does have, if you can see it here, it has like the title above. If you come down and in the field itself, if you just remove it, you'll see it removes it from above it. It makes it just look a little cleaner. And that's it. You have a landing page made. All you have to do is click publish. And then we'll take a look at it. Sorry, the weather is a little ugly down here today, so it's taking a little bit. It doesn't usually work good when it's raining out. So there you go. In a matter of less than 5 minutes, now you have a page created. Any questions? Are everybody good so far?
Good question.
Yep, Carrie Lee has a question.
Awesome.
I'm a little slow on this, but is there going to be some sort of guide to follow these steps?
Yes. So I will include. So I'll follow up with this doc, but I also want to do a quick recording for you just to show you how to make that. Like I'll cover what I just did.
Okay.
In a shorter snippet, so you guys have that as like a quick reference. Like if you want to go back and make your own page, you'll have a quick like 2-minute video that you can go back and watch on how to make it.
Okay. The very first step that you did, you went to
Yes.
lead engine, you went there first?
Yes, that would be the first step, to go to lead engine, create the link that you're going to give people after. I kind of did it backwards. You create the link that you're going to give people after they opt in, and then you can go in and create the landing page.
Okay, so when you went to lead engine, where exactly did you go? I'm looking at the screen. I'm trying to figure out where exactly did you click
So
on
lead
from this
engine,
point?
and then
Okay.
so IDX squeeze is where you're going to create that link for people to open after with the list of properties. So if you click on IDX squeeze, you'll do the drop down and select your domain and then start building. And then you just enter your criteria. So like the location, the property type, and then the property views, you want to make sure you set to never. And then that's where you get that long link.
Okay.
And then
You
from
said
there, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You said property views you set to never?
Correct. Correct. Because in this case, you're asking them to give the information on this landing page, right? Like they have to put their email in to get that list. So you don't want to have them. Yeah, you don't want them to opt in again, because that just tends to frustrate people.
Okay. Okay. And how many landing pages can you have?
As far as I know, it's unlimited.
Okay.
I don't think there's any set limit as far as how many you can have. So I think you can just create as many landing pages as you want.
Okay. Okay. And then when you finished that, that's when you went to lead engine or web and IDX?
Oh, so
You went to web and IDX?
Correct. Web and IDX is where I went to next. And then pages up here at the top. And then you can just select from one of these custom pages we have here. So there's a classic landing page, the hijack one. I kind of like this one a little bit better. But both of those are the same. This one generates the same type of page. There's this lead and background is what we call it. There's some down here for videos that have like the video already in if you want to place your own video over top of that. So there's a bunch of different options.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So how does the system know that you created something, that first step? Is it, you see how you switch in pages? So how do they know, like this page right here, how does the system know that when you select this page, it goes with what you already started, if that makes sense?
Do you mean like the property link after?
Right. Yeah, how you match everything if you jump in page to page.
Yeah, so when I went back, I had saved that new construction page that I created. So it saved it inside of the system. So then when I went to the lead engine, that page was already created, and then I could link it in the form. I created the form afterwards. So, but now that I have it, it's all linked together, and it has a specific hashtag in the system that you can use to fire off certain after marketing, which I want to get to next. But that's how you kind of link it all together with the form. The form kind of ties the page and the offer all together.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect. So the tag we used was York Newcon for this page.
We have another question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so Carrie asked one of my questions. You had mentioned that you worked with somebody to create a landing page. Is that another option, either to do it ourselves or to consult with someone like you to create one?
Yeah, I mean, if you need help, we're happy to help create a landing page for you. If you have like a certain niche or offer you're looking for, we can create a specific page for it. Absolutely.
Okay, and it's just merely, I don't know if you're gonna send your contact information. Is it contacting you, or is it is there like a chat page?
If you can, so in here, you can, so in your BoldTrail, if you go to more, and mine doesn't show it because mine's not upgraded pro, but if you go to more, in here, it'll have pro support. It actually has our email address or pro email, or you can just email me directly. It's prodesk@insiderealestate.com. And when I follow up after this call, I'll have all that listed out that you can share, just so you can get in contact with us to help you build out these pages. Yeah, absolutely. Like if you just tell us like what you're looking for and what areas, if you have a video you'd like to put on, just send us the video and we can build a page for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions?
No, you answered that perfect, Mike. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Awesome.
One
Yeah.
more,
So
one more. Sorry, another question.
To
No,
just
good.
clarify what Tahina asked about being able to have resources and contact someone, are those actual people that are responding, or is it like some sort of automated system that picks up your words and then sends you what they think you're asking?
I'm sorry. What was that in reference to?
When you said there's like when you want to contact someone for help, not you, but if you want to click on resources
Oh, yeah,
and
yes.
so I'm asking,
Yeah,
are
so
those people actually reading those emails, or is it like an automated system that picks up on your words and then tries to predict what you're asking and then sends you a bunch of information?
yeah, completely understand what you're saying there. No, so in the pro support community, it's not like it is on the regular support where the chat is, I think they use an AI for this. The phone number listed there is a dedicated support number. So there's a team that is on call during business hours. And then the email actually goes to our support desk where we actually review and answer those. So no, it's not an AI that then spits back like, here's some training I think you could use. We actually respond and communicate one-to-one with you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question.
Yeah, that great question, Tina and Carrie. I didn't know that you guys
Yeah,
created
absolutely. Yeah.
landing pages for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We can help. And like I showed that one, the recruiting page was one that we had made for another pro user. So like those are all types of pages that we can make for you guys. Great. Any other questions before we move on? Good. Okay. Awesome. So the next part is follow-up inside of here. So when a lead opts in, what are you going to do for them? So you want to set them up on a search alert and a drip campaign. And in the system, if you go to marketing, is where we find both of those actually. So the search alerts are down here, and we'll set that up first. And it's very similar to creating the list of properties that they get afterwards. In this case, we're going to use that hashtag that we created. So York Newcon. And then search alert, we'll just do the same. And you can do a custom subject line. I like sometimes using the dynamic one because it shows the property address each time it sends. So it's a different subject line than what shows up each time. And then the location, you'll just type in whatever area that you're targeting. In my case, it was York, but my MLS isn't connected, so I can't choose that. But you just put in your location. So let's do Lancaster, for example. And then your options is where you'll choose the newly built or whichever offer you're going for. The listing type, in this case, like I said, I know ours are single family and townhome for new construction. And then you can leave the rest of this as is. The only thing you're going to change is the frequency. We'll change that to twice weekly. Usually for how often you want to deliver these search alerts, I usually do twice weekly for somebody who opts in because they showed interest and intent of getting that info. If it's like an old lead or somebody you haven't talked to, I usually do like once a week. But if it's somebody that you are communicating with, then I'll do daily or ASAP, just because if they're showing that much of interest and they're communicating with you, you would make sure you get that to them as soon as possible. So in this case, we'll choose twice weekly and we'll add alert. Oops, must not have grabbed the area. Nope, it didn't. Perfect. So now when leads come in, they're going to come in with this hashtag, and this is going to automatically fire that search alert, and it'll go out once or twice a week. And then the other thing we want to do is go into marketing again and go to search alert or smart campaigns. And if these aren't added in yours, you might have to go to system library, but there's 2 campaigns on the buyer side that we like to use. And it's the, where are we at here? System, oh, it's probably on page 2. Yeah, here we go. So system default buyer. This will fire off for any new buyer lead. and it's a series of emails, text, and call tasks to you for the first 30 days. So we try to get in touch with the lead as often as we can for the first 30 days to try to convert them into to a warm client. If nothing, it's going to change them to a prospect, because at that point, if they didn't respond to you, then they might not be interested, or they're just a long-term buyer at that point. So it changes them to prospect, which then fires off another smart campaign. So the system prospect buyer, and this one's a more longer term campaign. So it's like every 30 days for about a year. So the system will automatically do that with those two campaigns as long as they're turned on. So you want to make sure that like those two are turned on in your BoldTrail. And like I said, if you don't see those for some reason, just check the system library. This does have a library of a bunch of different campaigns that you can use. And then you can just add those to your library. Any questions on that part? Yeah, cool. Okay. So how do you get traffic to these, right? That's kind of the big question. You created it. So now what do you do? On Facebook, these can tend to work good with organic posting. You just post it on your Facebook page, your business page, and then you can share to different groups, different pages, share it on your personal. Maybe you have friends, family that are looking, they can opt into it. You can create paid ads. Like I showed this one on Google. You know, you can create a Facebook or a Google pay-per-click ad that drives traffic to those pages and try to generate leads that way. You can do a Facebook ad to it. Like I said, they don't tend to work as well as Facebook lead ads, but I do have pretty good success with the sellers page. So there is that sell page. And those tend to work pretty well as far as converting leads. And like I mentioned, we are working on tweaking that page to help conversions for that. The other thing you can do is if you're using any type of direct mail. So the program I recommend is thanks.io. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I actually sent my wife a birthday card as a test. You can do a QR code in that, going back to like if you're doing a just listed or just sold, you can do a QR code. Curious what your home might sell for, scan the QR code to find out, and that can go back to your sell page. So that's another way to get them back. You can do a deal of the week email. So like each week you do a deal of the week. Here's your 717 deals of the week, and this goes to the landing page. So any questions on that?
When, go ahead, Tina.
Yeah, I apologize if I'm 10 steps behind, but with those things, if you're talking about like property valuations or whatever, are the people then contacting you through this and then you're working with them directly, or is the system actually generating a report and sends it directly to them?
Yeah, great question. So let's go to the sell page and we can take a look here. So this is your seller valuation tool on the website. Oh, 1 second, let it load. Sorry about that. So it does generate a report right away. If you enter your property address, it will generate a report down here for you. But when they enter their address, they also become a lead in BoldTrail.
Can you do it right now? Just give it an example.
Let's see if it here we go. So it does ask you to opt in, but so we'll opt in. I don't know why it says test, but so there we go. And it generates the report right here. It pulls from Adam, it pulls from Zillow. And given what I know on my property value, that's actually pretty close. And then it gives you a map down here of whether it's a buyer's or seller's market. So, which looks like it's kind of low on that side. And then inside of BoldTrail, I should be in there as a contact. I don't know if I'm in there as, yeah, I was already in there.
All right. So all right.
Yeah.
So when you say all right, so
yeah,
you,
so
you create this you, you create this landing page, you send it out. Soon as they click and put their information in, they get these numbers, but now you have all the information and you can see obviously if they put in their information and look like they want to sell.
yeah.
And then you reach out to them. Got it.
And then you reach out to them. And then we do have smart campaigns on the seller side too. I not only show the buyer side, I can go back in and show the seller side. But like you can see real time here, it popped my information right in. So I was already in my BoldTrail account as a lead, but it did pull in that I filled out that valuation. And you get notified as that as well. And you can see it actually pulled my valuation in beds, baths. Square footage is a little off, but it's pretty close. So yeah, they automatically come in here, and then you can trigger a smart campaign based off of that. But I mean, for a seller lead that fills out this and takes the time to put all their information in, I'd be picking up the phone and calling them, because like they show some pretty high intent for filling out a form and going through those steps.
And then when we talk about landing pages too, so Nathan Johnson, if I say, hey, I'm Nathan Johnson, this is how I get my clients to the closing table. And he says 1, 2, 3 steps. 1, 2, 3 I call these the Nathan steps. He could actually use that as a landing page to actually promote him as an agent and to allow the neighborhood or community to get to know him, correct? And he could focus on one area.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea to use that like as a landing page or even just a page itself. With like maybe a button instead of like opting in, maybe schedule a time to chat, like see how I can help you sell your home quick or something like that. And then have a button that goes like a Calendly instead of having them opt in. So there's different ways you can run that one. But yeah, that's a great idea.
Or I just sold your neighbor's home. And this is how I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to do a landing page. That actually works well good as a postcard for direct mail. I know people got away from direct mail. I know we're talking about landing pages, but direct mail still works really well. So just another way of
and then you're probably gonna get to this, but all right, we have this page, right? First of all, this is complicated as all hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. You lost me about a few times. I'm like, okay, he's speaking a different language. But I appreciate it. I can't wait for the recording. But Nathan then have this page, right? Has this page. How does he push it on Google? How does he say, you know what? I want everyone to see this page as soon as possible, as much as possible.
That opens up a whole other can of worms that would probably take a while to go through, but you can create a Google ad for that.
All right.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I mean, I can dig into it. Let me
No, you don't. If you're gonna get you off track, you could just kind of sum it up, and then you're gonna give your information. So if anyone wants to do it, they could just reach out to you and ask questions.
Yeah, and why I do this because I mean, this is great, and it's going to be this is an intensive thing as is. Like it's a lot to it, like you said. So what I can do is I'll take it and break it down into pieces. So like I'll do a bunch of different short videos for you guys, so you can share them out. Like one, creating the landing page, creating the follow-up campaign, and then like how can I promote this on Google? I'll actually go in and create like a fake ad, I want to say. This way you can see like, okay, this is the steps he followed on creating a Google ad. And I can do the same for Facebook. So I can break that down probably this afternoon, be like 4, 5 like short couple minute videos. That'll help clarify this a little bit because I know it's a lot trying to go through this and understand it all on a Zoom. It can be a lot. So I'll break it down like short training videos for you guys. And then it obviously include my contact info. So you can reach out to me, and if you have questions, we can jump on a call, another Google Meet or whatever we need to do.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I get it. Like, this is what we're good at as the service side of things. You guys are good at selling homes. Like, that's what you want to do. You don't want to really have to worry about this kind of stuff. And I get that. Like, that's why we're here, is to do this kind of stuff for you, to help you so you can do what you want to do and what you love to do. So I'll break it down as best I can, and then if you need help on top of that, you can just reach out and did somebody
Let's go, Mike. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think that's what's up.
Okay. So I mean that's and I'll say it like in a nutshell, that's pretty much like how to create it, what to do with it, how to promote it, and then just follow up with the leads. The biggest thing is when the leads come in is to follow up with them. I know a lot of agents, not speaking to you guys personally, but a lot of agents that I know in the past, they get leads and they just don't communicate with them. Like they'll come in, they'll respond, and they just let them sit in their CRM and they don't respond to them. So that's the biggest thing is to just be in there, watching your dashboard, seeing if leads respond and respond back to them as quickly as you can. So, and then I can dive into just a couple of other ways that you can generate leads, paid versions inside of BoldTrail. I'll just touch on them kind of briefly, but if you have listings, we have a tool called Property Boost. It makes it pretty simple to create an ad for a property. It's like 4 or 5 clicks, and then you have an ad live. So that works real great, and I'll show you where that's at in here. It's under Marketplace and Property Boost.
And what does it do exactly?
So it creates a Facebook lead ad for your listing. And we'll just show you some examples right down here. This is what it looks like. All right, so it just creates an ad where they tap learn more. They enter it's usually asks for full name, email, and phone number. And that comes back into your BoldTrail, where then you can start a drip campaign or smart campaign and search alerts. So it just takes away the need for you to have to go into Facebook and to learn Facebook's dashboard and all that stuff. We just kind of simplified the process. And it is as easy as clicking boost now and then get started. You just
this is amazing. And you could and through BoldTrails, you could put money behind it through BoldTrail as well.
Yeah, so you just enter your property address for MLS, whatever property you want, either the MLS ID or the property address. I don't know any off the top of my head, but you just enter it and then you go to the next step. It's payment. You configure your settings like where you want to target and then complete. It's 4 steps. And then your ad's live and it runs for whatever duration you set. And then the leads just automatically come in.
What's the return rate on that?
It's hard to say because area, time of year, the type of property, like that all varies. I can give you like Facebook lead ad results for like a new construction or a downsizing ad because those are pretty consistent. Like those I know are usually like $5 a lead, give or take, for a Facebook lead ad. That's
$5 a lead or $5 a day.
It's usually like under $5 a lead. We usually set the ads to $10 a day, so it usually generates about 2 leads a day.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, but again, it all depends on the area. So like California, obviously the cost per lead is going to be a lot higher because homes cost more. But here in Pennsylvania, I mean, I've seen leads get generated for like $2 lead.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
It's all
obviously when you say lead, we're talking about a new buyer, a new seller, and now you got to go in and close that particular buyer or seller. You can't let it sit in wherever you send in that particular person, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's a new buyer lead. It's a new person who has full contact information that gets sent into your BoldTrail. I know some people say like clicks cost this, but for Facebook lead ads, it's cost per lead. So each each lead that comes into your BoldTrail is considered a lead. And yes, then they would come in here and then you have to work them and turn them into a warm client.
Okay, got it. Good information.
For example, like I have a lead ad running for a lady in New York, and she had a lead come in, and they one of our smart campaigns went out, and they responded back that they were looking to buy. It was an automated message that went out through the system, and they responded back to the text. And I think the text was, "Are you still looking to buy a low maintenance home in whatever area it was?" And they said yes. And that was all automated. Like she didn't have to do anything for that. Oh, then respond back to that lead now. So our system and the automation really helps.
And you did this all for her?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, big dog.
Yeah, so What's that?
No, I said, okay, big dog, that sounds good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely something we can help with. Besides like doing the property boost. So they have property boost here. Excuse me. Um, inside of marketplace. Now, this is where it gets a lot more interesting as far as lead gen, besides what I do or what I had set up for that agent, is the leads 360. So this actually has like a concierge service associated with it. So our growth team will set up a Facebook ad for you. They'll come into your BoldTrail and our team will work that lead for you. So what I had set up for her was just a smart campaign that kind of went off and did its thing, sent the text for it. These are actually live people that work your leads for you. So this is powerful on its own just because of our team's in there. They're working your leads, doing whatever we can to try to bring back warm clients to you. So if you guys are interested in that, I did drop in the doc the email address for the growth strategy team. And you can reach out to them and they're happy to.
Is that an extra charge?
It is for running the ads in the concierge, and it all depends on like what package you choose. They have, I think, a couple different packages depending on what you're looking for. So the price does vary. So like I said, if you guys are interested, it'd be best to just reach out to them directly and they can help. You can either email or just schedule a consult with them by clicking that button.
Okay.
And
Is there any
like,
we do have a question, but real quick, is there any guarantee with that particular package? Are they guaranteeing something like, hey, we will get you this amount of leads a month, a week?
That's a great question that I'm not sure about how many leads they will generate for you. And again, I guess it all depends on like what package you choose for like the amount of ad spend you're looking for. Because if it's the ad spend varies on like how many leads you would get. If you have a lower ad spend, then obviously it's less leads versus a higher ad spend. So that is a great question, and I'll see if I can dig up any answers for it. But the growth team is great, and they definitely can answer those questions and any other ones you have on that.
Okay, we have a question. Taylor Andre, what's up?
Good rising, good rising. So I know Alex asked about the return on investment, and that was a vague answer because you don't know. But for the strategy that you suggested, where the postcard, like from the low end to the high end, what is the price for like a monthly 500 mailers?
On the postcard, yeah. So I can open up the program that I recommend. And the co-owner of Thanks.io, that's the postcard company. He actually works for Inside Real Estate as well on the growth team. So he had partnered and built this program. So for 500 mailers, let's go into the pricing varies based on what package you choose inside of here, and if you decide to use this program as well. There's 3 plans that's free. So they do have a free plan where you just kind of pay as you go. Or if you are sending a high amount of mailers each month, like, you know, in your case, 500, they do have, it's $49 a month. But the cost is pretty much the cost of just the postage. Like for the postcard, the 4x6, I'm pretty sure that's just the cost of the postage anymore, 73 cents. So you do save. So if you are doing a large amount of mailings each month, it might make sense to do the business if, you know, you can counter that 49 a month. But then they do have other options as well. Like you can automate things in here as well, and QR code tracking. So like when somebody does scan that QR code, it will track back and let you know. So I know, I'm sorry, it's kind of like a vague answer, but I mean, if you're doing 500 mailings a month, it's, where's my phone? We'll do some quick math here on like a postcard. So 500 cards at 73 cents a card would be about $365 in mailings.
Now, is that included? Because I know some places that's how much it costs to send out the postcards, and then you have to purchase a list, or you get charged a fee if you upload a list?
So if you upload a list, it's free. So if you have a list of leads that you want to import, that's completely free. You can do that. You can purchase a list inside of Thanks. It's 5 cents a record for name and property address. And then you can append that data to phone and email. And I believe that's 20 cents a record. But you can purchase, like if you have a listing and you want to do like a radius target around that listing, you can do that and then purchase like 100 property addresses and names for 5 cents a record in like whatever radius you choose. A great question. Do you have any other questions or any follow-up questions?
No, thank you for that.
Okay, perfect. Does anybody else have any questions? Or I know I get it. I know this was a lot, so feel free.
I mean, it's definitely a lot, but I look forward to the videos. And also, I mean, at the end of the day, you said, hey, if we have an address or we have a listing, to send it to you and you take care of it too. So we'll be learning, and we'll be learning on one side with your videos, but also we could still reach out to you to become, better at it, or to just allow you to do it for us. So
Yeah, I mean that's
I
the part of
really,
pro
really like
that
that part.
yeah, right. Like that's the part of pro that's nice is you need help with something, just reach out and we can build. If you whatever page you're looking for, landing page. If you're looking for like a community specific page, even like we can build custom like actual pages that go on your website. So lots of options for you there. But yes, so let me stop sharing so we can just kind of chat here.
Yeah, no, that I think that was I really truly appreciate that part where ironically, before you came on, I was just talking about how difficult it is for for agents to do everything in their business. And you came on and said, "Hey, I'll do it for you." So it was like right timing. And also, hey, I'll teach you how to do it. So, I'll be shocked, very shocked if no one reaches out to you to say, "Hey, can you create this landing page for me for my listing, or to get new buyers?" It just makes sense.
Yeah, it
Pretty
does. I
like
mean,
me.
yeah, I mean, reach out. That's absolutely ProDesk at InsideRealEstate.com. That's what we're
Yeah.
here for. So I'll drop that. I do want to get you all those. Like I'll make all recordings for you, and it's actually good for us too, like in house. So like it'll help us and our team, like how to make landing pages, how to do the drip campaigns, and things like that. So like that'll actually help us as well, because you're not the only agents who have those questions, right? You're just the only ones who are
Yeah.
asking it. So like
It's
yeah, so I want
there's just so many options. Like Nathan Nathan could come out with a landing page, buying homes with no money down. And he just puts together programs that you don't need money down. Right? But when you read it, buying homes with no money down, you're like, wait a minute, what is this all about? Hold on. Or buying homes with a lower rate than the rest of the market. 3 ways to it's just I just think it's just a no-brainer. Maybe I think that way, but I just feel like you just have to put that hook, and it's a wrap after that. Right? You have to
yeah,
speak to
the hook
someone's.
is
Yeah, you have
yeah,
to.
that's what
I'm, yeah, my my
it's leading the
my,
you're leading the Italian.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
My marketing is simple. It's emotions, education, results, and every time I put out a piece of content, it has to be one of those two of those buckets, right? Out of the three. So, man, I just think it's just a no-brainer. And now you have a listing, right? You have this listing, and say your listing is in I don't know, in in Boston, right? In Boston, Dorchester,
New
right?
Bedford.
In New Bedford, and it's coming. It didn't even hit market yet, right? It didn't hit market yet, and hey, we have some exclusive listings that didn't hit market yet. Jump on the list if you want to be the first one to view any of these listings that we have. We will put you in an exclusive membership or what group, totally free. This is what you would get. One thing for sure, you're now getting a list of people. That's off rip. You're getting a list of people, and they think they're special, right? Not knowing it's going to go on MLS as well. But we just want all your information, and now we have a group of people. So anytime I sell something, guess what? I'm going to send it out to you guys because I want to sell it fast.
Oh no, they'll lose internet.
So I'm here thinking about this. I'm like, this is just a no-brainer, right? And then if we're talking about clients that just don't have, I mean, agents that just don't have a lot of clients, oh man, I mean, you could break down any program in Massachusetts and act like you run that particular program, meaning you're the professional behind that program, um, and this take over and this dominate, and it's being direct with with marketing.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing. And then you didn't even get to the page that you could put your video on, right? You didn't even get there yet, but I
Yeah.
seen it. But that direct video is great too. Hey, are you looking to purchase a home and you don't have the down payment? Guess what? I have 3 programs that will take care of the down payment for you. Let me take care of your down payment and closing costs, and you pick the right house for you. Give me a call today, Nathan Johnson. Like they gonna think he has something special, but what he's doing is he's articulating the programs. He's not saying, yeah, we got grants. No, he's saying we have programs, and this is how you could use said programs. So I want to use this on you because you're special and you deserve to work with a Nathan Johnson. So I just think, I'm sorry, I just think it's just a no-brainer to me. I'm sitting here, I'm like, if any of my partners do not call, you have to hit me up. You have to be like, yo, hey, no one reached out. Because at this point, you're saying, yo, I'll do it for you. I'll walk you through it. And it does, and it's free, and it doesn't hurt. It actually will benefit our clients if we call you. It will benefit our clients if we reach out to you. Because now their properties has more views. It's on Google. It could be on Facebook. It's everywhere. But the most important part, they are bringing more because of their property, because of your listing, it's bringing you more listings, more leads. So it's almost like if you don't do this, this means hey, I don't want to be successful. I don't want to. Again, Mike, I'm just excited because you said, hey, I'll do it for you. I'll walk you through it. You reaching me. You're talking to me. And then the Facebook ad was just icing on a cake. The Facebook ad was icing on a cake, because you could do direct marketing. And I think that is so important. So important.
Oh, absolutely. Direct marketing is the way to go. And you were saying about like you're coming soon, postcards. Like every listing you have should be coming soon, just listed, pending, and just sold. Send out a postcard for each one of those. I mean, and that works. Like it works. People don't use direct mail as much as they should.
Mhm.
Because I mean, you're going to hang on to this. It's going to sit around somewhere. You're going to put it in your junk drawer, and you're going to find it 2, 3, 6 months later, and you'll be like, oh, hey, I remember that guy. He sent me a postcard. I'm going to reach out to him. So if you lump that in on top of all of the other marketing you're talking about, like it's just another way to solidify yourself to those people.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, Jeff.
Yes, I just had a quick question, Mike. Do you have a cap on how many web landing page that we could create or you could help us with? I have about 3 listings that I need to get up and running ASAP.
I don't think there's a cap on to like, I mean, obviously we can't go creating like 100 pages and things like that, but like, no, I don't think there's like a limit, like 3 listings. That shouldn't be a problem. Um, and maybe we can like just chat off of here, one to one and get an idea of what you're looking for, and what we can help with.
Absolutely. We'll do.
That's
I'll
what I'm
reach out
talking.
to you.
Jeff, wrap that up. I want to see what Mike could do by next week. By Friday, you're gonna come back on and say, "Hey, this is what Mike did for me." Come on, Jeff, wrap that up, bro. Right? Let's get it. Let's
100%.
get it popping, bro.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
Man,
absolutely. I
thank
mean,
you, Mike. I appreciate you, man.
yeah, absolutely, not a problem. It was great being on here. I enjoyed it. I love the energy. I jumped on like right at the right time when you were speaking, like right before 9 o'clock. I jumped on. Um, so I appreciate you having me on.
Nah, no problem, no problem. And did you leave your contact in the chat?
Yeah, I did. So it's our pro desk email address because that goes to like we have a team, and I grabbed the tickets out of we have like a ticket system that has all that. So there's like a team of 4 of us. So
Okay.
it's myself, Catherine, and Grant. We all work together with pro members.
Okay.
But I'll drop I can drop mine in here as well.
Yeah. So if someone emails this protest, do they say, "Hey, this is for Mike" or something?
You can. I mean, you can, but I'm in there like 4 times a day at least, if not more, just checking the tickets. And if I see one, I'll just grab it. Or Catherine can just assign it to me. It's not a big deal. But here's
Okay.
there's my personal email.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was great.
All
I'm
right.
going to work on this afternoon. I'm going to work on some videos for you. I don't know if I'll get them all done today, but I'll try to get as many of them I can. If not, I'll wrap them up next week and get them over to you so you have something that you guys can follow. Break it down a little bit more than trying to cram all this into a hour Zoom session. So
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy your day.
yeah, you too. You guys have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day again to all the moms out there.
Hey, let's
See you
go.
guys.
Let's go. How do you all feel?
That was a lot of information within 30 minutes of time. Um, I'm I'm excited to get started. I want to create pages, but I definitely need the guidance. You gave me a lot of great ideas. Appreciate you using me as an example. I definitely want those videos. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Anyone else?
I'm ready to get
I
these
think this is a way
postcards
of
sent out.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, Taylor.
I was going to say
Loki?
that this is a way of, sort of redefining real estate moving forward. Just basically just putting everything in one package and just show you that you don't necessarily need a lot of, admin and assistant work. It's sort of like provided to you in one platform. So it's just really learn this and maximize it and utilize it to maximize your potential and your listings and your clients and everything that it offers. I think everybody should definitely should make time to meet with Mike and learn this. And this is definitely going to take you to the next level.
Yeah, and also Mike said a couple of things that I paid attention to. He said pull 4 tickets a day. Let me know. I'm sorry. I look in my email about 4 times a day just looking for tickets. So that's saying he don't get a lot of tickets, right? And then he also said, "I'll do it for you." Like when he said I'll do it for you, I'm like, I don't know why would I even want to learn at this point. But I'll learn the basics, but I
Facts.
don't want to become a pro. This is not God didn't give me this particular gift, so I'm gonna allow you to do you to help me out. That's why I hope everyone say, you know what, I have this listing. I'm just gonna go reach out to Mike. Mike, this is the listing. This is the information. This is the MLS number. This is what I want. Let me know when it's done. you know and then also those that don't have listings or don't have buyers, come up with your own campaign and let him create the landing page. Let him show you how to promote on Facebook. Like it's free. I think that's a no-brainer to me. When he said I'll do it for you, I'm like, I mean, meeting's done at this point. It's, you know, a lot of people have CRMs and they don't use all the features. And this is why this time around, we broke down the training instead of trying to cram everything up right away. We're like, all right, let's do this training this day, this month. This one was good training. It felt like a lot, but like I said, when he said, "Hey, I could walk you through it, and also I could do it for you," I was relieved. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Do we want to talk about something else, or do we want to end Gem Drop early?
Alex,
Yeah.
hey, so I understand that the city of Boston has a new housing plan coming up where they're encouraging multiple families to buy together, and they're
Hmm.
offering incentives. Is anybody working on that, program or have deep dived into it?
Yeah, I definitely deep dive into it. When it was actually when it was creating the program, I was in a couple of meetings as well. It's here. I love it, but once I get all the details, and I'm just gonna have someone from the city come on and break down everything for us. But looking from just the what we are reading online, I love it. I think it's I don't think nothing's better than the Section 8 program, but this unbelievable. Um, what I said is one thing that might be hard is obviously when they both so when if you find someone to purchase a home with you, y'all both you take one floor and someone takes another floor. I was just thinking about the numbers because with the high purchase, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. But if the smartest thing they could do, and I hope that people will do, is get that three family and look at the ADU option and get the three family and turn into an ADU ASAP. And I think that's where you really going to take off. Joanna?
Yeah, there are limited lenders who
Yeah,
are
like
eligible
always.
to do it's like three or four. So right now, because I believe it was either I think it was Emmanuel that reached out to me earlier this week about it. So I'm in the process right now of just finding one of the participating lenders and getting them to present on GemDrop, just to discuss the logistics of how the program works because it is so limited. It's like a credit union, CLM5, and I forgot the other two. So it's really really limited. So we're currently in the works of trying to get someone to come on and to kind of deep dive a little bit further to explain the logistics and the criteria.
Yep. Right away. We want to take lead. But it seems like a real good program, and soon as we understand the program, I know we're gonna take off. But like I said, the big win is finding that right three family and turning into a four family. So each person could say take a floor, or you now have two rents instead of that one rent, but you now have to bring a lot to the table because of the high prices. But I also believe, Joanna, correct me if I'm wrong, I also believe that they get a better rate and they get assistance, down payment assistance.
And able to stack. So,
Yeah.
I have a quick
but yeah,
question.
again, yep.
But go ahead, Sharon, finish up. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that was it. You're able to stack and you're still eligible. One thing I do believe they still use the lowest credit score. So just like with any loan product where it's like two people on there, like one person might have a 700 credit score, the other person might have like a 690 or 680. They're still gonna go. They still factor that in. So you always want to make sure that if you're advising folks to join in on these programs, that they make sure everybody's credit is up to par, because you never want to be that weak link where you got three people coming together to buy a home and you're the one with the 680 or 650 credit score. You know what I mean? So I think before I advocate for this program or advertise it rather, I want to make sure we're all very knowledgeable. We understand all the nuances so that we're able to educate our clients and have leverage, right? And because Thumbprint having access and having a plug is really what's going to set us apart with our counterparts when we're educating our clients about these products. So we're definitely working on making sure we get someone who's very knowledgeable about it to school us on how it works.
Yeah, let's actually get someone for next Friday. Actually, let's try. I know I know we have a guest, but maybe they just come on real quick at the beginning just to break it down. Because the good thing about the program as well, not only not only one person gets a down payment assistance, they both get down payment assistance. So and I believe it's up to 20, but I've seen that as well. I'm like, both of you? Game over. It's a no-brainer. Go ahead, Kerry.
Yes, thank you so much. And the other question is, has anyone worked with NACA and Section 8 together? Meaning that a Section 8 voucher holder is able to go through the NACA program. Has anyone worked on something like that? Okay.
No.
I had a quick question. So does this program only
Wait,
not
hold on
only
real quick. Hold on real quick. Joanna, you wanted to answer that?
Oh,
Kerry?
no, I put my hand down. I put it back up by accident.
Got it. And just real quick, and I remember hearing about it. Maybe I forgot, but I didn't realize maybe it's not promoted that NACA does the same thing that the city of Boston does for Section 8.
Well, my client had called me some time back trying to go through Section 8 to buy a home and was told that it was put on hold. And then she called me yesterday and said one of her friends is going through NACA and using her Section 8 voucher to buy. So I'm a little bit confused about the connection,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So,
I don't know if anybody talks with NACA directly. I don't really work with NACA, but that's a question that I would like to ask.
all right, I was just about to call Deja, one of the NACA queens. What's up, Deja?
So from my understanding, it is possible, but the last I heard from Faith, she said they had put the program on hold because they couldn't come to an agreement with Boston Housing on how long the HAP payments would last. Because the mortgage is a 30-year mortgage and the HAP payments is only 15 years, they were trying to come to a common ground to make sure it's still an affordable loan product for the buyers.
But how long ago was that discussion, Deja?
Maybe a couple months ago.
Okay.
I've asked her numerous times because they do advertise it on their website, and I've heard from other people like that they do it, and I don't think it's a question of do they do it. It's just like, are you doing it now?
Got it. So, can you give Carrie Faith this phone number and contact?
Yes, I will send it now.
And
Thank you.
then Joanna, question for you is that true? The Section 8 BHA program, they're no longer accepting more people?
I haven't heard that. I have not heard that at all. Someone from Stash reached out to me asking about it. So I'll double check with my lenders, my leading lender, I check with Kathy, but from my understanding, I haven't, I know Maya just closed on a BHA one yesterday. So from my understanding, the funds are still there, but I can.
Okay, Deja?
For that, there was a wait list, but they removed it. So for a second, they weren't accepting clients and they had to go on a wait list, but there's not a wait list anymore.
Was that all banks or particular banks?
No, that was like BHA.
Okay, BHA point blank. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we just learned a lot today.
But I will say one more thing. I will say this though. I would definitely check with Khalees and Megan. For those of you who are familiar with BHA, there is a little bit of gatekeeping that happens with this BHA program, unfortunately. So I think if you have a relationship with the leaders of this program, and you're mentioning to them that there's an application that just went through and someone you're working with, there's some flexibility there. So I'll leave it there. But so if you are aware, I have a good relationship with them. So I mean, if you are aware of clients who are looking to start the application process or just wondering what their status is, I recommend either talking to me about it or speaking to those two, you know, getting a connection with them, because, you know, there is a little bit of a gatekeeping.
Oh, thank you, Joe. And Joe, so can you also give Vixen that particular contact so everyone can have it, or send it to Carrie as well?
To Megan and Khalees, the
Get
program.
the contact, and
Oh, yeah,
then
yeah.
write the verbiage, write the step by step. Hey, when you submit an application, you definitely want to reach out to these people and let them know that you submit an application. That's what you said, correct?
That, yeah, like your client did, that your client submitted an
Got you.
application, and that you want to make sure that it was received, and you want to know what
Got
the
you.
timeline is as far as follow-up is concerned. Yeah.
And Joanna, would you know this, but if people aren't working and they're getting, 100% voucher from Section 8, Section 8 covers everything. Do you know if they can actually apply with no income?
No.
So yeah, they need to have just like the same criteria you need to have to qualify for the One Plus Boston. You need to have 2 years of tax returns, pay stubs, 2 years of income in terms of, you know, the same criteria applies. So if you're not getting any income, the whole idea of this program is for you to eventually come off of it and to be able to afford it. They don't want to subsidize your mortgage for the next 15 years. So they want you to be stabilized. They want you to have income coming in. And quite frankly, some of the clients that have been able to benefit from this program are clients who have had like great income. I had a client who's making $120,000 who was on Section 8. Another client was making $70,000 on Section 8. So a lot of the clients that have closed successfully do have income, and they're right there at the threshold where they can't afford regular market rent, but they can't, but they can also support themselves to some extent, right? So if you don't have income, they're handicapping you still. They're not giving you.
We lost you, Joe.
For sure. Oh, that was it. I said you have to have income to answer Carrie's question. So the same criteria applies.
Okay. Thank you.
Deja, you enjoying it going back and forth? Go ahead.
I second what Joe said about reaching out to them, but Khalees is gone, unfortunately. And I believe on the application, Carrie, they show the income requirements per the household size.
Okay, got it.
Emmanuel, did they answer your question as well?
Yes. I'm still waiting on the list from Joanna
Oh,
for the
bank.
lenders. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this city called Boston, but man, they are amazing. It's so hard to not own in Boston. It's like if you don't own a home, you're like saying, I don't want to own in Boston. I feel like they give everything. The Section 8 program still blows my mind. It's almost every time I think about it, I'm like, I'm gonna wake up from this dream where someone on BHA has a better chance of purchasing a home than the middle class. That's what? Wow. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then again, the program with the 3 families double up. You have a friend, a good cousin, a good sibling that you want to live with and invest with. They'll give you money to do so. What I love about these programs that I don't think like a lot of people don't understand, you could buy more homes after you buy this home. right? It just can't, that other home just can't be your primary home, but you can still buy more investments, right? We always talk about the Asians when the Asians, well, I don't know if this is disrespectful at all. I apologize if it is, but some of my friends, they are Asian and they stay in one home and they still buy homes, open up businesses while they in this one home. And when they have enough, that's when they kind of disperse or leave and now go to that home where they're gonna have kids and they're gonna do the same exact thing. Everyone's staying in this home, and then they just so it's almost the same exact thing. And this is it's just amazing to me. Like anyone here that don't own a home and you in Boston, like get your stuff together. Because one thing for sure, you're gonna be salted when they say the programs are done. Of you helping clients get $75,000. Did anyone go higher than $75,000 for their client? Getting them $75,000 for down
My
payment assistance?
client currently June 2nd, I believe we're at 109,000.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna get this on camera. Hold on. Question: anyone here got their client more than $75,000 for down payment assistance or closing costs? You don't have to say any names.
Yes, my
I did.
client is closing on June 2nd, and we are at $109,000.
$109,000. Joanna.
My client that closed at the top of March, I believe, she got over 100K as well. And she was able to stack with stash funds and brought zero to closing.
Ooh, Deja.
My client got also over 100K and had to bring 71 cents to closing.
You know why 70, right? Because 70 start with a 7. Drop that 7. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. See, a lot of people say they can't afford Boston. They can't, they can't buy in Boston. But the truth is they're working with the wrong team in Boston, right? They're working the wrong team in Massachusetts, in Rhode Island. And that's why they don't have a home right now. You have to work with a team that understand the programs. Like Joanna said, stacking is very important. Understanding which programs go with which, and then you could stack that program and get over 100,000. I said 75,000. Guarantee you, there's a lot of people here that did 50,000, 25,000. Just amazing. Congratulations to Thumbprint Realty. Congratulations to you all. But that's just amazing. So you have to think about that. Do we have any cousins? Do we have any sister siblings? Do we have any friends that want to buy a house that need $100,000? It's to me, when I bought a home, I want to let you know this wasn't around at all. Not even a little bit. I remember buying my first home. I didn't even have enough at closing. My real estate agent had to front me like $1,000. And then I had to pay it back within a week. Like, whew. We living in that age. And again, to all the mothers, have a happy Mother's Day. Enjoy yourself. Spend some time with you. Relax. Thank you for being you. We truly appreciate you. And that's about it. We woke up today. I don't know why. It's up to you to figure it out. Until then, enjoy your weekend. See ya.